Hello, Claudia. Good evening. Can you listen to me?
Hello, teacher. Yes, teacher.
Perfect. So let's get started. Okay, it's only you and me again. So let's begin with this topic. Okay, today's topic is idioms. We are going to talk about idioms. Do you know what idioms are?
For example, the words yes are two words that yes maybe that are, for example, two words that have the same meaning, but you express in different ways.
Okay, so what you are describing are synonyms, right? Or something like that. Okay, so let's see.
Or like modismos, or maybe
Something like that.
okay.
So let's watch this video. This video has a very simple explanation. So let's pay attention to it, okay?
Hi, welcome to my channel. First off, join the notification squad. Turn on.
Let me see, something happened. Okay, let's try again.
Okay.
Something happened with the video. Okay, let's... Something happened, right? Okay, there. I think finally appeared. Let's give it just one moment. There.
Hi, welcome to my channel. First off, join the notification squad. Turn on your post notification and leave me a comment below with the hashtag notification squad to be featured in my next video. Check out this notification squad. Today I will be sharing with you 10 common idioms. What is an idiom? An idiom is a phrase or an expression that has a different meaning from the literal meaning. Let's learn some idioms. Let the cat out of the bag. It means to tell a secret. An example of it is, I was trying to keep the party a secret, but someone went and let the cat out of the bag. Pitch in. It means to join in or help. An example of one is, if we all pitch in, you have to drink on. Once in a blue moon. It means rarely. An example of one is, once in a blue moon she'd call, but for months at a time we heard nothing. Straight from the horse's mouth. It means directly from the person involved. An example of one is, I know it's true because I got it straight from the horse's mouth. Leah told me herself. Up a creek without a paddle. It means in a bad or unlucky situation. An example of it is, if we don't get this project done today, we're going to be up a creek without a paddle. Give it a whirl. It means to try something. An example is, try. Let's give it a whirl. Under the weather. It means feeling sick. An example is, I was under the weather last week, but I am feeling much better now. Go the extra mile. It means make an extra effort. An example of it is, they're really helpful. They always go the extra mile to help us. Hey, it means go to bed. An example of it is, I have to get up early for school tomorrow, so I think I'd better hit the hay. Keep your chin up. It means stay strong. An example of it is, keep your chin up. We're not lost yet. Which idiom do you use the most? Comment below and let me know. Thumbs up if you like this.
Okay, so what about now? Can we say what an idiom is?
Yes, in sometimes.
So what would be a definition of an idiom?
Mm, the phrases that has
Uh-huh.
maybe yes, are are phrases that have the same meaning, but you this is the same meaning, no?
Okay,
No, or you interpret the I don't know.
yes, don't worry. Look, an idiom is exactly, it's a
Yeah, it's not
phrase.
clear for me.
It's a phrase, but it's a phrase with a special or specific meaning. So these phrases are make up isolated words, and each one of these words has a different meaning. Let's look at this example. Under the weather. If we say this phrase, these three words, under the weather, and if we want to translate it literally, we are going to find that under means debajo, the weather, el clima. So, bajo el clima. And that is a phrase that it makes no sense if we want to translate it to Spanish language. But if we use it as a phrase, this is called an idiom. It's an expression that has a specific meaning. So when we say under the weather, we are saying that someone or that a person is slightly ill, feels a little sick, or doesn't feel very well. That is be under the weather. So a person can be under the weather or can feel under the weather. This is called an idiomatic expression, an idiom. So idioms are phrases
Yes.
with very specific meanings once they are together. I mean, these three words, isolated, I mean, by itself, but themselves, they have different meanings. But when we put them together, they make up a phrase that is called an idiom. And it's what we use to say a sentence or to refer a thing with other words in a colloquial way, in an informal way. This is used only or most of the time only in the spoken language. So, and it's very common. So that's the reason why it's very important for us to know or memorize idioms. Because people who speak English use them a lot. So let's read these examples. I feel a little under the weather, so I don't think I'll go out tonight. Meaning that I feel a little sick, I don't feel well, I feel slightly ill, so I don't think I will go out tonight. So the next example says
Mhm.
he didn't go to work today because he was a little under the weather. So he didn't go because he was a little sick.
Yes.
Mary was under the weather this morning. This morning. I hope she feels better soon. So Mary was a little sick. Or Mary wasn't feel very well. So I hope she feels better soon. So that is an explanation using one example. But as we have too many examples of idioms, there are idioms using body parts, idioms using food, lexical sets, that those words related to food, related to animals, related to whatever. There are like 10,000 idioms, and those are expressions that the people who speaks English is using a lot or use a lot. So here I have some examples, ones that are very common. So I'm going to choose a couple of them and I'm going to read them, okay? For example, this one. Can't judge a book by its cover. We have our Spanish version for that. In Spanish, we have an expression which is very similar to this one. Uh, when we say in Spanish, no puedes juzgar un libro por su portada, we are saying pretty much this. Can't judge a book by its cover. Meaning, cannot judge something primarily on appearance. So, if we use it in a sentence,
Mm.
we can say, for example, Johnny, it's a very good person. You can't judge a book by its cover. So let's imagine that you are, for example, let's focus on that expression, but in the Spanish language. No puedes juzgar un libro por su portada. So let's imagine that you are a Chinese people or a Chinese person. Do you think this Chinese person can understand the expression if he or she doesn't know that is an idiomatic expression? So that happens to us.
No.
That happens to us with the English language. Because sometimes, or I don't know, in one of the conversations you will have in the future, you maybe listen this expression. Your brother is a couch potato. And what is that? What does that mean? Because couch potato, it's also an idiom. So we use that phrase, couch potato, to refer to a lazy person. So we may say, my sister is a couch potato. She's always watching videos in YouTube. So that is like we use these idioms in the English language. So what about this one? Can you help me by reading this one, please?
Yes, a bigger pill. Yes, a
Bit,
situation or information that it's in present but must be accepted.
a bitter pill.
Mm.
Okay, a bitter pill. If we translate that phrase, we may say una píldora amarga. That will be the literal meaning. But when we use it as a phrase, as an idiom, what that is to refer to a situation or information that is unpleasant but must be accepted. So we have our Spanish version too. In Spanish, we say el trago amargo. It's pretty much the same thing. To say a bitter pill or to say in Spanish, el trago amargo. So,
okay.
what about this? The one that I am pointing. Can you please read this one?
Which one? Sorry?
Can you see the arrow?
The arrow.
No, you can't. Okay, let me try. Let me see if I can.
Yes. Beat around. No.
Yes, that one. This one.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. Beat around the bush. Avoid the main issue, not speaking directly about a topic.
So that is beat around bush. So we also have our Spanish version. When we say andarse con rodeos, that is beating around the bush. So when we don't want to face a difficult situation, or when we don't want to speak directly about a topic, we are beating around the bush. So in an example, we may say, she's not telling me she's not telling me the things as the things are. She's beating around the bush or around the bushes. That is another idiom or idiomatic expression. So what about this one? This other one. Can you read it?
Okay. Okay. Actions speak louder than words. People intention can be judged better by what they do than what they say.
And can you think in the Spanish version of that? Do we have another one? We have our version for this one. How? Which one will be in Spanish?
Maybe chismes.
Well, yes, but we also have like our idiom expression for in the Spanish language. When we say actions speak louder than words, it's pretty much the same than saying las acciones valen más que mil palabras. That is like the same meaning, and it has or they have the same use. So we also have this one. Let me
Yes.
let me put us.
Add insult.
So
Yes. Add insult to injury. To act a way that makes a bad or displeasing situation worse.
that is another one that it's very common. Add insult to injury. It's when we well in Spanish we used to say echarle limón a la herida. So that is add insult to injury.
Okay.
So they were fighting, but he was adding insult to injury. So it's like being rude, but the things worse, like echarle limón a la herida. So that we have these phrases in English and in Spanish. This one is also very popular. This one that I'm circling. I don't know if you can circle. Backing up the wrong thing. What is that? Can you read it?
Wait. Sorry. Wait. Oh, sorry.
This one.
Wait,
This,
wait.
yes. I'm waiting.
I don't know what happened.
This one.
I'm sorry.
Don't worry.
Yes. Okay. Yes. Barking of the ground tree, looking in the workplace accusing the word person, the wrong person.
That is barking up the wrong tree. We cannot say that we bark because bark is what the dogs do. Barking up a tree is what the dogs do. They bark. But if we use it in a phrase like this one, that is an idiom, and then we can say that barking up the wrong tree is looking in the wrong place or accusing the wrong person. It's when we believe or we think that someone did something and we are accusing it in the wrong way, that is barking up the wrong tree. An example will be, it wasn't me, I didn't do it. You are barking up the wrong tree. So you are pointing to the wrong person. That is another way to say it, barking up the wrong tree. Okay, these phrases are very, very popular in the English language. I want you to watch this video. In this video, these guys are talking about something, but specifically this one is using idioms in every single phrase. So let's see if we can understand a word what he's saying.
Conversations with my roommate. Idioms.
All right, Josh. What's an idiom? I forgot.
You mean you want me to spill the beans?
It's not a secret, Josh.
Listen, Corey, you don't know about the skeleton in the closet.
The heck?
Let's cut to the chase. You're gonna have to bite the bullet and bear with me on this one.
What is he getting at?
You're back to square one. This is obviously all Greek to you. I'm about to blow you away, hands down. Hands. Idioms for you must be used once in a blue moon. I get it. People kind of beat around the bush. What?
What's a blue moon anyway?
Are you hot-blooded, foaming at the mouth, or a green-eyed monster? What? Oh, I'm sorry. Idioms just aren't your thing. Me, however, I'm head over heels for them. They're the apple of my eye. Idioms are a dish fit for the gods. Really, they're my cup of tea. Well, speak of the devil.
What? Huh?
Close, but no cigar, my friend. Whoa. Hold your horses. I'm not done yet. Pardon my French, Corey, but a leopard can't just change its spots.
You didn't curse.
You're always the bridesmaid and never the bride. Don't worry, though. I'll let you ride shotgun next time I'm busy as a bee. Or maybe it's better that you ride as a backseat driver.
Josh, I get it now.
Corey, I'm not trying to chew you out. Maybe it's best that we bury the hatchet so you don't fly off the handle.
Okay, yeah. It'll be the halcyon days.
You do understand. A wolf in sheep's clothing, you are. I'm in stitches. It's a piece of cake. Quack, Marshall Bob. Seriously, I keep adding fuel to the fire. I'm on fire. Anyway, I'm glad we see eye to eye.
Thank you, Josh. Thank you. I remember now.
You know I'd help you at the drop of a hat.
Why do you always do this?
Whoa.
Dirtbag!
And that's the way the cookie crumbles.
Okay, so did you understand what he was saying or what he was trying to explain?
Okay, I understand that they use the idioms to express their different feelings using
Okay.
idioms.
Well, yes, at the very beginning it says, what is an idiom? I forgot it. And he's explaining what an idiom is, but with many idioms. And it's totally confusing. I mean, we cannot understand exactly what he is saying because he's using lots of idioms in every single phrase. So this is important for us because
Yes.
when we are trying to or when we are presenting a Cambridge certification, for example, or an exam to evaluate our English level, in the listening part, you will find this situation in which you have to listen to English people or people who speaks English using idioms. And if we don't know them by heart or if we don't memorize them, uh, we are not going to understand those listening tests. So this is a dialogue that uses food idioms. So at the very beginning, we need to identify the words that are related to food. For example, this nutty fruitcake. These words are these words are from a vocabulary, fruit vocabulary. I mean, they are words that are related to food. Nutty, fruitcake, pie. Can you say another one? Can you find another one?
Peas.
Peas, uh-huh.
Peas. Nut.
Peas, nut,
Egg.
egg,
Butter.
butter, yes. This is another egg.
Butter. Egg again. Yes. Melt. No. Apple.
Apple, yes.
Yes. Apple.
And there is a final one.
Charity. Yes.
This is the final one. Cucumber. Okay, this word,
Yeah. Yes. Cucumber. Yes.
nutty, nuts, peas, butter, egg, and all those words are related to vocabulary, to food vocabulary words. But this conversation, it's not about food at all. Nothing to do with food. But as is using lots of idioms, we can get confused with this. So the conversation is not about food, but we can find many words related to food. So let's see what is the conversation about. It says uh, two persons, person A and person B. Person A says, "Have you spoken to the new girl? She's naughty as a fruitcake." Person B says, "No, I tried, but she's a hard
No.
to crack." Person A says, "Okay,
Yes.
we'll go over and be as nice as pie. You two are like peas in a pod. Don't egg me on. She looks like butter.
Don't egg me on.
She looks like butter. Wouldn't melt in her mouth by. I bet she's a bad egg." "No, maybe we're being unfair. She's the apple of the teacher's eye. And if we butter her up, maybe she can have teacher eating out of her hand. That's good for everyone." "Okay, well, if you're as cool as a cucumber, you talk to her." So this is the complete conversation. So can you have like the general idea? Which one is the main idea of this conversation?
Okay, yes. Maybe that when he say that, have you spoken to the new girl? He say that she is not a common girl. She's the girl mm, mm, is difficult to speak with her.
Mm-hmm. Well, that is like the
Yes,
general idea.
and
Yes, tell me, tell me.
okay. Um, that the girl is it's beautiful, and he want to talk with her, but but the girl is
Mhm. Okay, so
mm,
they are like trying to find the way to talk to a new girl, but they are using many idioms. So let's analyze it line by line. It says, have you spoken to the new girl? She's as nutty as a fruitcake. This is the idiom. She's as nutty as a fruitcake. So what does that mean? Here in this side, I put some meanings of,
I understand. Yes.
just tell me. So what can,
Yes, I understand in this idiom that okay.
what do you understand with this idiom?
Okay. I understand that the girl is beautiful, maybe. Or it's like yes, and it's beautiful girl.
Okay, so we don't have that option here. So, and nutty as a fruitcake, it's to be strange or a crazy person. That is to be as snooty as a.
Okay.
So the other one says, no, I tried, but she's a hard nut to crack. A hard nut to crack. So what is that?
Yes.
What can be being a hard nut?
Así como que una sí. Yes, in Spanish it's like ¿qué? Piedra dura de roer, algo así.
Ajá,
Algo,
una nuez dura de
algo así.
pelar o hueso duro
Ajá,
de
algo
roer,
así.
¿no? But here,
Ah, este es hueso duro de roer. Ajá.
which one would it be of these options? Which one can be?
Mm, in which one, sorry?
Which one will be the option? Look, people who are very similar, to be nice with someone, a person very difficult to understand. Which one will be the option?
A person that it's very difficult.
Yes, that is the correct one. A person that is very, very difficult. Now, okay,
Yes.
we'll go over and be as nice as pie. Being as nice as pie is, obviously, to be nice with someone.
Mm,
That is being as nice as pie. To be nice with someone. You two are like peas in a pod. Peas in a pod refers to people who are very similar. You two are like peas in a pod. That means that those two are very similar. The next one says, don't egg me on. What is that? Don't egg me on. What will it be? Which one? Which option do you think it is? No? I'm back. I don't know what happened, but the Zoom kicked me out. So we were talking about
Okay, teacher. Yes, no.
don't egg me
Don't
on.
egg me on.
That means
Maybe don't cheat me.
something like that. Is this one to urge
Maybe don't cheat me.
or there's someone to do something? It's like saying no me retes. Don't egg me on. That is to dare someone
Mm,
something. She looks like butter wouldn't melt in her mouth, but I bet she's a bad egg. What is being a bad egg?
okay. Mhm. She's my what's
Being a bad egg, it's
I
like
don't know.
saying that it's not a nice person. When you are a bad egg, that means that we are not nice persons.
Okay.
Yes. So
Yes.
no, maybe we're being unfair. She's the apple of the teacher's eye. The apple of my eye. The apple of the teacher's eye. What is that? I didn't put it here. But to be the apple of someone's eyes means that you are like the chosen one. The chosen one. That means in Spanish like el consentido. So the chosen one. That is being the
Uh,
apple of the teacher's eye.
okay.
So when someone is like the chosen one, we may say that it's the apple of mommy's eye, the apple of the teacher's eye, the apple of someone else. And then the other one,
Okay.
the last one. Okay, well, if you are as cool as cucumber, that is the last one. As cool as cucumber. You talk to her. So what is being as cool as cucumber? Is this one. It's being very
Uh,
calm with no worries. So that is being, in Spanish, is being alivianado, right? So when you are very
mhm.
calm with no worries, you are as cool as cucumber. And that is the idiomatic expression. So,
Okay.
so let's close this activity because we are very, very close to the time. But here we have more idioms. So some that are very popular are these ones at the right side of the screen. To smell a rat. To smell a rat is like having the sense that something is wrong. In Spanish, we say aquí me huele raro. Aquí hay algo raro. We use that one.
Mm,
But in English, we say to smell a rat. So smelling a rat, this is not good. It's to have the sense that something is
just
going to be wrong. Another that is very popular, it's this one, to chicken out. To back out because of fear. And in Spanish, we say ser gallina. That is to chicken out. He was so
okay. To
scared
chicken out.
that he
Out. Uh-huh.
is chicken out. So it's being like chicken, no? Like not brave. To spill the beans is to tell a secret. We try to keep it secret, but someone spilled the beans. That is like how can we say in Spanish to spill the beans? Like regar la sopa, something like that. So that is
Mm,
we
mhm.
have these expressions as in English as in Spanish, and they are very important because they are an important part of the language, the spoken language. So sometimes when you are listening, for example, when you are listening a song or a listening exercise, sometimes it's hard to us to understand what the speaker is saying. And the reason why, or the most common reason why, is this one, because the people in the spoken language is using a lot of idioms when they are speaking. That is the reason why sometimes we just can't understand what they are saying. That is the importance of this. And that is important to be memorizing them or learning about idiomatic expressions. Okay, well, mm, do you have any comment or questions about this?
Yes, teacher. I consider that the idioms very important because in sometimes I don't understand some parts of the songs, and maybe in some comics they use idioms, and for me it's very important to use
It
this
is.
in the spoken
Yes,
in
to
this
use,
book.
to understand them and to use them. So it's, as a recommendation, we may have a list in the internet. There are many lists about idioms and idiomatic expressions. So the best thing will be like being studying them little by little, because they are too many, and to be used with them. I mean, to get familiar with those ones, to have a better listening comprehension. No, so
Okay. Yes.
thank you so
Yes,
much.
teacher.
Thank you so much, Claudia, to being here with me. And I hope to see you next week with a different topic.
Okay. Thank you, teacher. Okay, teacher,
Tell me,
can you tell me the next topic? Yes. Can you tell me the next topic for that I
you want to
study?
study? The thing is, I don't have the next topic yet. But are you in the WhatsApp groups? Do you receive WhatsApp messages?
So yes, 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 I receive.
So if you send Joel, the monitor, a WhatsApp group like in 2 or 3 days, she will be
Yes.
able to tell you the topic. Because I still,
Okay.
but in 1 or 2 days, she will be able to tell you, because I'm gonna tell them as soon as I know the next topic. She will have the information and she will be able to tell you which one would it be.
Okay, teacher.
Thank you so much, Claudia.
Yes. Yes.
Then see you next week.
Goodbye. Thank
Bye
you.
bye. Thank you.
See you.
Bye.
Bye.